Let me talk about utilitarianism also as social and political theory. It was a theory propounded by a scholar called Jeremy Bentham, and it argues that political and social decisions should be made on the basis of the greatest happiness of the greatest number of people. Oftentimes, it is difficult to please everybody in a society. You cannot act to please everybody. And so the argument is that even if you cannot please everybody, in formulating public policy, in deciding on behalf of people, you should do so by ensuring that you give maximum satisfaction to the greater number of people. And that is about utilitarianism. It's about giving the largest number of people the greatest amount of whatever it is that they happen to want. Give them the greatest, identifying the largest number of people and giving them the greatest number or the greatest amount of whatever it is that they want. Now, government in a secular state must be secular and must use system according to this theory. They must use systems of decision making which are minimally connected beyond the intrinsic commitment to the welfare of citizens, and that decision making should not only be concerned with quantitative issues, but they should also be concerned with qualitative issues. So within the happiness pain continuum, we should always be interested in not only looking at quantitative effect of decision making, but we must also be looking at qualitative effects of decision making on the people. Now, so utilitarianism provides an impersonal mechanism that is expected to guide political decision making in order to avoid despotism and to also avoid anarchy involved in basing the assessment of public policy on subjective moral values. Very, 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 very important. Very, very, very important. So in every decision that we make, we should ensure that we identify the greatest number or the greater number of people or majority of the people, and then ensure that the outcome of the decision we make will satisfy the good number of the people. Now, so to the utilitarian, everything is good. Everything is good so long as it gives happiness and it gives happiness and satisfaction to the greater number of people. Listen to this carefully. Everything is good so long as it gives happiness to the greater number of people. And we should be thinking about this. People have said that in terms of critiquing, or first of all praising the policy, the theory, it will help to ensure that public policy of utmost benefit serves the utmost interest of the people, and they are of benefit to a majority of the people. You don't want a situation where public policies satisfy the cronies, a few people, and cronies of a ruling regime. If you be able to identify majority of the people and ensure that you give them total happiness, then it means you may be making giant strides in ensuring that public policy delivers on what and the purpose for which they are initiated or formulated. But in terms of critique, we want to say that, you see, what gives greater happiness for greater number of people may cost a nation. Okay, what gives greater happiness to greater number of people may eventually cost the nation. So if your people have, what makes your people happy, greater number of your people happy, is imported goods, and so you just want to swallow hook, line, and sinker, or you want to follow the demand for imported goods, and so you relax systems and allow over importation of goods. Yes, you may be pleasing the people, but at the end of the day, you have a serious balance of payment deficit crisis that you may have to contend with. because then you may be importing more than you're exporting, and it will come back to harm the nation as well as harm the individual. And then also, when you talk about utilitarianism, it sidelines or disregard the minority happiness and minority interest, because it's always talking about the greater number of people, and then it is not doing much to tackle the interest of minority group. It is that also becomes problematic. But so basically and generally, this is all that utilitarianism is about. When decision makers are making decision, they should look at the maximum satisfaction and then make sure that this maximum satisfaction goes to the greatest number of people, or majority of the people. It is good because then it makes sure that public policies are of utmost benefit to the ordinary people. But at the same time, it is bad because it then tends to sideline the individual or minority interest. And then again, sometimes it is not all that people want that they must be given, because sometimes you see, what makes people happy may be good things or bad things. For some people, it's only bad things that make them happy. For some people, it's good things that make them happy. And so if you are just going to be a robotic leader who is only pandering to what the people want, then you may be giving them what may eventually harm them or harm the nation, and it is not the best. So basically, this is all there is about utilitarianism as a theory, and I would urge you guys to hold more discussions and read more of the handouts that I have given on some of these things to get deeper and in-depth view and knowledge and understanding of this theory. We'll continue next week.